Welcome back to In Case You Missed It, the show where I fill you in on everything that happened yesterday in the sports world. I am your host, Michael Cake, and let's get right into the action. Jonas Siegenthaler scored the game-winning goal in the third as the New Jersey Devils defeat the New York Rangers 3-1 to tie up the series at 2. Home ice advantage has meant absolutely nothing in this series as both sides have gone into the other arena and won both games. Siegenthaler also assisted on Jack Hughes' opening goal early in the first period. Kira Schmidt came to play once again, making 22 saves for the victory as he continues to be the great story for the Devils. Vinny Trocheck scored the goal for the Rangers in a game that he could not get their offense going once again, going 0 for 3 on the power play. Igor Shesterkin kept the Rangers in this one as he made 20 saves on 22 shots, but he did not get the scoring in front of him he needed to get the win. Palat sealed the deal for the Devils, scoring the empty netter with 26 seconds left to make the score 3-1. The series will go back to Newark on Thursday. Toronto Maple Leafs come back from 4-1 down in the third period in a 5-4 win in overtime against the Tampa Bay Lightning to take a 3-1 series lead. Alex Kerfoot was the hero in this one as he scored 4 minutes and 14 seconds into overtime after a costly penalty from Mikhail Sergachev. Austin Matthews was huge for the Leafs in their comeback attempt as he scored the first 2 goals in the third before Morgan Riley tied it up late. Ilya Samsonov allowed 4 goals in the first 2 periods, but was fantastic after, making key stops for the Leafs to keep the game at 4-1. Alex Killorn scored 2 goals in this one and was all over the ice for the Lightning with 7 shots on goal. Nikita Kucherov was a passing whiz in this one, setting up 2 beautiful goals for the Lightning in the first period. Andrei Vasilevsky once again allowed some bad goals in this one as he struggles out of all series tracking shots from the point. Game 5 goes Thursday in Toronto. The Vegas Golden Knights defeat the Winnipeg Jets 4-2 behind Brett Howden's 2 goals to take a 3-1 series lead. Blake Wheeler scored the opening goal for the Jets 5 minutes and 53 seconds into the third, but for the next 35 minutes, it was all the Golden Knights, scoring 3 unanswered goals while outshooting the Jets 21-16. Laurent Brossoit continued to show that it was a mistake for the Winnipeg Jets to let him go, making 24 saves on 26 shots. The Golden Knights' depth came up huge in this one, as Carlson, Barbashev, and Howden were the goal scorers in this one. Neil Pionk was spectacular offensively once again with Josh Morrissey out for the Jets, potting 2 more assists as the Jets scored on both their power play opportunities. Connor Hellebuyck made 26 saves on 29 shots as he was outdueled by Brossoit once again in this one. The Jets will look to make things interesting in the series as the series shifts back to Vegas on Thursday. Jordan Eberle is the OT hero as the Seattle Kraken won their first playoff game at home in franchise history to even up the series against the Colorado Avalanche. The Seattle Kraken bombarded the Avs with shots in this one as the shots were 43-22 in favor of the home side. Will Borgen and Dylan Sprong scored the goals in regulation as the team went up 2-0 early in this one to pump up the crowd. Some bad news for the Kraken, however, as 40-goal scorer Jared McCann was injured and will miss Game 5 after a big hit from Cale Makar. Cale Makar will be receiving a 1-game suspension for the hit, which will be a big loss for the Avalanche. Mikko Rantanen had 2 goals in the second period to bring the Avs back into it, as the team has had problems starting in this series. Having to constantly come back in the early deficits is not the recipe for success. Alex Georgiev was fantastic in this one for the Avalanche, making 40 saves in this one. Game 5 shifts back to Colorado on Wednesday. Looking forward to tonight, the New York Islanders will look to avoid elimination at the hands of the Carolina Hurricanes in Raleigh. The Dallas Stars will look to use home ice advantage against the Minnesota Wild as they continue their back-and-forth series. And finally, a huge comeback in the Game 4 to even up the series. The Edmonton Oilers will look to continue their momentum in a pivotal Game 5 in Edmonton. Moving on to the NBA, Jimmy Butler explodes for 56 points as the Miami Heat take a shocking 3-1 lead over the Milwaukee Bucks after a 119-114 win in Miami. Butler set the tone early in this one, scoring 22 of the Heat's first 26 points, and he was clutch down the stretch, leading the Heat to the win. I'm going to be honest, this is usually where I say this player had this many points, but everybody else had less than 20. So Bam had 15, Caleb Burton had 12. It was basically all Jimmy Butler. So that's all I can say about that. Giannis Antetokounmpo returned to the lineup with 26, 10, and 13 for the Bucks, and Brook Lopez scored 36, but it was not enough for the top-seeded Bucks squad. But if any team can come back from down 3-1, it's the Bucks squad, as they will go back to Milwaukee with a chance to get back into momentum again as Giannis continues to slowly get healthier. Game 5 goes Wednesday. Los Angeles Lakers hold off the Memphis Grizzlies in overtime for a 117-111 win to take a 3-1 series lead at Crypto.com Arena. It was an all-around effort for the Lakers as LeBron James, Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, Dennis Schroeder, Jared Vanderbilt, and Austin Reeves all had double digits for the Lake Show. Despite him scoring in double digits, Anthony Davis struggled in this one, shooting 4 for 13 from the field. Desmond Bane scored 36 for the Memphis Grizzlies, while Ja added 19. Free throws played a big role in this one as the Lakers shot 10 more free throws than the Grizz, shooting 25 for 31, while the opponent shot 18 for 21. LeBron James sent this one into overtime with a clutch layup late with time winding down. This series, to me, just seems like one team teaching the young, cocky upstart team how to play basketball. The Memphis Grizzlies talk a lot of smack, and the Lakers just kind of take it and let their ball do the talking, honestly. If the Grizzlies lose this series, I hope it humbles them as they come back next year with a no nonsense attitude. I'm not saying they can't have fun, because obviously they can. They're a fun team to watch, but this team really is cocky and they haven't been able to back it up in the playoffs. So let's see if what they can do next year. Maybe they'll come back with a new attitude. Who knows? Game 5 goes on Wednesday. Looking ahead to tonight's slate of games, Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics look to eliminate the Atlanta Hawks at TD Garden after DeJounte Murray was suspended for the Hawks in Game 4. Minnesota Timberwolves look to survive once again as the series shifts back to Denver for Game 5, and the Los Angeles Clippers look to avoid elimination at the hands of the Phoenix Suns in Arizona. There was an 11-game slate in the MLB last night. Let's go through them. Colorado Rockies used Jackson Profiler's 3 ribbies to defeat the Cleveland Guardians 6-0 as Gomber wins his first game of the season. Baltimore Orioles rallied to defeat the Boston Red Sox 5-4 to improve to 15-7 on the season. The Cincinnati Reds roar back behind Frito's walk-off single in the 9th to shock the Texas Rangers 7-6. The Tampa Bay Rays continue to win for their modern record 14th straight home victory and an 8-3 win over the Houston Astros. The Toronto Blue Jays ride a strong start from Chris Bassett before he leaves with a sore back to defeat the Chicago White Sox 5-2. Spencer Strider takes a no-hitter into the 8th inning as the Atlanta Braves dominate in an 11-0 victory over the Miami Marlins. Joey Gallo hits a bomb against his former team as the Minnesota Twins defeat the New York Yankees 6-1. Nick Madden hits a 3-run shot in the 4th inning for his 4th homer of the season to help the Detroit Tigers defeat the Milwaukee Brewers 4-2. The Oakland A's hit 5 home runs to rally past the Los Angeles Angels 11-10 in a back-and-forth game. Arizona Diamondbacks defeat the Kansas City Royals 5-4 after Christian Walker sprints home to beat out Double Play in the 8th. Alex Cobb throws his 2nd career complete game shutout to help the San Francisco Giants defeat the St. Louis Cardinals 4-0. The Pittsburgh Pirates have re-signed star outfielder Brian Reynolds to an 8-year, $106 million contract. The contract is the largest in Pirates history and includes a $20 million team option in 2031 with a $2 million buyout. Reynolds is off to a great start to the 2023 season, hitting .294 with 5 homers and 18 ribbies for the surprising 16-7 Pirates. The New York Jets have finally acquired Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers. The Jets traded the 13th overall pick, a 2nd-round pick, a conditional 2nd-round pick in 2024 that can become a first if Rodgers plays 65% of the Jets snaps next season. The Jets will receive the 15th overall pick and a 5th-round pick in the deal. Rodgers is a 4-time MVP and is considered one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, racking up 59,055 yards and 475 passing touchdowns. 39-year-old also led the Packers to a Super Bowl in 2011. He now joins Garrett Wilson and a potent Jets offense. That is all from yesterday's action. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow in case you missed it.